what?
Colors and all that.
No, I got into it when I started watching your videos and some other videos, and I try to look blurry at people, like what I see, but that's it.
You have an interesting energy field because it is a dichotomy at best.
That's it.
This color that is the closest to your skin, which we would call your primary aura color, that's what we chose upon coming into this life, is orange, which is a physical color. It's quite rare you see anyone at these gatherings with a physical color aura. They're too busy climbing rocks and jumping out of airplanes and doing those kinds of things because they are alive only when they are testing themselves against the temporal world. And it's a way of learning, you see. If you understand expansion, and expansion is always about learning, if I can come down here and test myself to the limits, then I will know myself. So it's you actually trying to gain self-awareness through all of these tests. However, the outside of that auric level is light blue, which is the nurturer. You usually see that vibration around women.
Oh, it's good that you said it because that's actually my favorite color. I was surprised you said orange and not blue. Right. No, not this one. Yeah, right.
But that would make sense too, because you were in rejection of the person that you came in as, in favor of what we call the adaptation, which is that blue layer. You decided that that was more appropriate. That's an adaptation. As the further out you go from somebody's physical body, bone structure, if you really want to know, the further out you get from the marrow of your bones, the more you get into the adaptations. That's why you see somebody with a very dichotomous aura. It basically means that the person you came in as was in total contrast and conflict with the circumstance you came into. And so you had to build the adaptation. You had to become the nurturer, and that became the good aspect of you.
Which you show all the time, and
Yeah.
that's the card you show.
Yeah. But now
It's
it's
so boring.
split.
Yeah, that's the thing, I kind of know that, but I don't manage. Well, you asked before, like, why is it so bad that it is like this? I know it serves my expansion, I know it serves my growing, because it does in a really, really fast way. It's really, really accelerated. But it just doesn't feel good. That's the simple.
What
The
part of it
simple
doesn't
switch.
feel good? Because I would venture, see, we gotta get a lot more clear about what feels good and what doesn't feel good.
Physically, I get aches, like I get dizzy, I can't concentrate.
And what do you attribute that to?
What?
What do you attribute that to?
Where did I come from? Well, on a simple level, it's because I always go back to eating a lot of sugar and drinking coffee, and that makes me feel bad. So, and then I work coming out from this bad state. So that's something I can pin it to. And of course, because I don't do what I want to do. I do what back in my childhood, somehow I started to do something. I never cared about what I do actually. I was always most happy when I had free time. I was counting the hours, like I had 4 hours free time. I really like that. And I'm still like that. I really don't care about all this job thing. I just want to do stuff. And I don't do it because, I started, doing what you're supposed to do.
What you will start to find, the more that you allow this is really the key for you, is allowing who you really are. Once you start to allow who you really are, go in the direction of what feels good for you personally, you'll find that you love testing yourself. But it won't cause the kind of pain that you are being caused. When I look at your life, it doesn't look like the pain in your life is a result of having to test yourself against things. That actually looks like your greatest joy. What it is that you're testing yourself against things that you don't want to do.
Yeah. So it could be the same testing, but more on the level of things that really
Yes.
really enjoy.
Yeah. Well, here's the difference. Okay, I'm gonna go here. I don't know if you guys heard about this over here, but back where I'm from, there was a guy who got caught in the middle of the wilderness and cut his own arm off to get out. He was orange. They have to test themselves against the elements. Not necessarily that extreme, but I'm just explaining, this is the kind of personality type that an orange is. They're like endeavored. Oh yeah. But he needs to test himself against the elements in nature. If you were gonna say, look, test yourself against what's hard in an office, he'd probably kill himself. That's what you're doing. You're just challenges the thing. It's not really testing yourself. This is better. Let's switch the language. You really benefit by challenging yourself. You will feel the most confident when you challenge yourself and find yourself capable. But you gotta challenge yourself against things you want to challenge yourself against, not things you don't want to challenge yourself against. That's where people have you sideways. They said, look, this thing you don't want to do, just keep doing it because you'll feel good about yourself after. Then your achievement, even though you do achieve it, is hollow because it's not even your goal in the first place. You're going off of extrinsic motivation instead of intrinsic motivation. So what I want you to do is to take your teeth out of the idea of you as a person who keeps testing yourself against difficulty. Being a bad thing, it's not a bad thing. We can become okay with the fact that you like to challenge yourself. Some people are at their optimal level when they challenge themselves, and they should be allowed to do more of that. Right? Just start doing it, not doing it, it's different.
So could the challenge right now be go out into the open, like really go like into this? Because that's something that really excites me, like.
You don't do it. That's how to think. See, and that's exactly how to quit suppressing the original, we could call it the orange, it's the original energy you came into life with.
You know, I wanted to ask you also about, that goes hand in hand with that, because many people have experience with the manifesting. I just stumbled over it and I kind of try it, but I get bored so fast, like thinking about something specific and try to make it come. It's like, I don't know, I get bored and frustrated really fast. And what I'd like is just, if something comes up, an idea, I just let it not know at all what comes. That's what I would like most.
Then do it. Why do you distrust
Be
them?
surprised by stuff that happens.
That's such an orange, oh my gosh. Why do you distrust that?
Because maybe
Who
that would
teach
look
you?
like I don't do anything. And I would love that, actually. I
Okay.
would love to not do anything but be hit all the time just by stuff and be surprised every moment.
Just in
how
case
crazy
all of you
things
wanted to
happen.
know, when you came down to this life, you passed a plaque on the way that said, you need to do things. No,
And then you think,
no,